welcome to another discussion here tonight. We get to meet the lovely Tanya from Perfectly Imperfect. Oh my goodness, she is a diamond. She is a rare gem, and it's so nice we get to meet her. Tanya, tell us about you and your journey and how you're trying to help people. I think it's amazing.
Oh my God. Thank you, Alan. So my name's Tanya Gill, and I am the founder and chief vision officer of Perfectly Imperfect Life Coaching. And our URL is perfectlyimperfect.wtf. So you could say I'm a little on the sweary side. But that's really intentional, Alan, because reality is that when shit goes sideways in life, we really do actually ask ourselves, what the F? Right. And
You bet.
I believe it's important that we actually own that and own like what the F is going on and what can I make of this? What is this for? So that's why perfectlyimperfect.wtf. And you know what's so cool, Alan, is you and I met at a business thing. And for me, it's just, like my mission is to spread love and light. I know it sounds probably so simple and kind of ridiculous, but it's totally true. My mission is to spread love and light. And the reason I'm so passionate about spreading love and light is because we all have a light inside of us. And I believe that we've been through a hell of a lot in the last few years, possibly a hell of a lot in our lifetimes. And I think a lot of us are kind of going, is there more? I'm not really that happy. Why? What now? Mm-hmm. What the fuck? Right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so, one of the things that I'm super passionate about, Alan, oh my God. Okay. When I say the word joy, Alan, what comes up for you?
Joy? Just that you're free to express, that you're free, that if you're joyful, you feel accepted. You feel that people love you and value you just the way you are. I think that's where joy comes from.
You know what? And that's exactly it. You've defined joy as being within, though, right? Like joy is your experience of everything around you, right? And unfortunately, lots of us have jobs or coworkers or maybe even family members that we think suck the joy out of us.
Mm-hmm.
The truth is energy. And absolutely, you can be affected by the energy of other people. But there are other ways that you can raise your vibe, right? Like by being with people who are fun and interesting and creative and authentic, right? The joy you described is about being with your authenticity. And mm-hmm. I'll tell you, my friend, that's where joy arrives. It's in being able to be comfortable in your own skin and in your own life and in your own stories.
Right. And that you can do that no matter what has happened in your past, no matter where you are right now, right? No matter what your current abilities, capacities, you could do that like today. Is that a fair statement?
Yeah. Totally. It's totally a fair statement. But you know what, Ellen? It's also a practice, right? Like the truth is you can't just turn on your joy switch. Otherwise, none of us would be experiencing any hardship in life, right? I mean, wouldn't it be nice if we could just wake up in the morning and hit the joy button and be like, I'm just going to fart rainbows and unicorns all day long because I'm just on a joy train. It's not the way it works, but it sure sounds great.
It does sound great.
Right? It's a practice. It's a practice. And you know, Ellen, so my background, which I think is kind of interesting, is I was a teacher. I sold sex toys, and then I was a social worker, and I'm still a social worker and also a certified life coach. And all of that has come together in helping me recognize that I'm really about helping helpers, right? Like, do you consider yourself a helper?
Yeah, I do. Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What's it mean for you to be a helper?
Well, that basically I'm hoping that when I come to a discussion with somebody, that I'm there to provide some value to what they're trying to achieve, right? I'm not there for what I want or need. I'm there to say, how can I help this person along this journey, right? So that's where I perceive it being a helper.
Right. And I think that help often, as lots of us notice, helping as being doing for others and taking on other people's burdens. And the truth is, what you described is true, authentic help. I use the acronym Honor, Empathy, Love, and Presence, HELP, HELP. And when we show up with honor, of what your experience is and the experience of the other person, empathy for their experience and your experience combined. Love, it doesn't have to be romantic. Love is just recognizing another human being having another human experience.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
then presence. And you know, help is actually most grounded in presence.
Yes.
Because when you think about it, someone feels helped if someone is actually there listening. You don't have to
Yeah.
fix it, you just have to be there.
Yeah. I agree
Right?
entirely. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, it's amazing. And a colleague of mine, she shared with me, and I thought this was lovely, that if you could make your presence be a present to the person you're with, wouldn't that be lovely, right? That you're there, you're focused, and you're there trying to do your best to have that as an experience where they walk away with some acceptance, some maybe some compassion, some love, some empathy, that they feel better because of the interaction with you, right? That you've helped them to a better place, a better vibration, right? So
And you know what's amazing though, Alan, is then when we talk about that, we also then internalize that as a responsibility, right? So we
yeah.
internalize it as, okay, so now I need to honor, have empathy for, love and presence for other people. How do I do that if I'm not feeling it for myself?
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that where we're at right now is we have a lot of people who are in this space of feeling burnt out and done. And so, like, you know, I was thinking about how to help people and how to get the word out. And so one of the things that I'm doing starting right away, actually starting next week, is I'm going out to service clubs, because service clubs are about helping.
Mm-hmm.
And service club members hopefully have joined those service clubs because they care about their community and they want to be part of a community of helpers.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm going to go to service clubs and just do a really quick, for people who are interested, I'm going to do a really super quick presentation on the trifecta of joy, which is awareness, befriending your inner critic, and raising your vibe. And it's a super condensed presentation, but it's just about like how to step into your own life intentionally so you actually can be an effective helper to others because you're helping yourself.
Yes. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
Like,
mate, I get you entirely. I mean, what we can only give of what we have, right? And in a perfect world, our cups are always overflowing and we got lots to give, right? In a perfect world, that's how it would be beautiful if we can make that happen. Yes.
in a perfect world, right? And you know, reality is that perfect world is not, unless we're intentional about it, it doesn't exist.
Right.
You know, and that's what it really does come down to, is the intentionality of it, right?
Now, you know what, sister? I got it I'm using my phone hotspot to get us the internet from my laptop as I'm out standing on here out in the street on Gates Avenue. So if it dies, I want to make sure we get the juicy bits in. You got a big program coming up, right? You got
Oh
a
my God.
program. Come on, share it. Let's hear it.
Oh shit. Alan, so I am so excited. Let me see if I can find the papers actually. Here it is. Okay, ready? Ta-da! Oh my God. It is okay. So what are we looking at here? What is this? Let me tell you what this is, Alan. Thank you for bringing this up. Some people who are watching this may actually recognize me from many different places in the city that I have
sex toy
been.
sales. Is that what you're thinking? The sex toy sales, or people
Very
recognize?
possibly, absolutely. Because you know what, I'm a very confidential person. So if I sold you sex toys, I'm not telling anybody. But you remember me selling you the sex toys, probably. That's okay. The truth is that one of the things that I learned in my entire journey through life, Alan, is that so many women struggle with their bodies and their relationship with their bodies.
Yes.
And wake up literally every morning thinking, today's the day I'm going to feel in control. Today's the day I'm going to focus on losing weight. And it's almost so ingrained in us that it's like an expectation without it being, it's like almost like we nag on ourselves even if we're not even in the mood to think about that shit. We still nag on ourselves.
Yeah, exactly.
So what I did is I put together, and I've done this program with several women already, and it's been hugely successful. And so I've put together a program that's going to be both online, because I do have lots of international clients, as well as in person in Lethbridge starting in October. And what it is it's a program where women have an opportunity to actually decide, first of all, if they really do want to lose weight. And if so, do it in a gentle and loving and attentive way without it being about restriction, and without it being about deprivation, and without it being about beating the shit out of yourself. The reason it's called love yourself, if you see the comma, it's love yourself, comma, light. It is, you've got to love yourself because you are the light.
Beautiful.
And,
yes,
and that's
awesome.
just so important for women. So if people want information about it,
I think it's important for everybody, right? I think it's important for men and women, but I agree that women are the ones who are like the body shame, or the whole, what is portrayed as the perfect female figure doesn't exist, right? I mean, it's like, if Barbie, if she were a real person, couldn't hold her head up or like walk, right? Because so then we put this out there as, oh, this is what was a good thing. No, not a good thing, right? So yeah.
Well, and the definition of beauty, and I think this is something, Alan, that we as women have owned in different ways. The definition of beauty, to feel beautiful and loved and safe and secure is not about looking a certain way. It is about feeling a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
And it's why I love Lizzo so much. Like, she is a badass bitch. She is a large woman with a large attitude, with a beautiful brain and a gorgeous spirit, who moves like a master and owns her story.
Nice. Yes.
And,
yes.
And you know what?
And hey, why wouldn't we own our story? It's the only story we got, right? Man.
Right? Totally. That's exactly it. That is exactly it. Totally.
Hey, when you're talking about body image, did you see my bride Corolla was showing me this woman, female baseball player, and she had like a nude picture of herself, tastefully nude picture, but it shows like her body, and it's not like this sculpted, skinny. It's like you'd think she was out doing farm chores or something. Like, it's a solid body, that kind of thing. But she's like best baseball player in the world, female baseball player in the world, and this is her body that allows her to do that. Hallelujah for that body, right? And it's not a magazine body by any means, but it's beautiful. But it's not like the standard type thing, right? So yeah.
Well, and it's interesting, Alan, because I think that a lot of people have different relationships with their bodies, and I mean, I've had many different versions of relationship with my body personally. There was a point when I was my heaviest, I was 275 pounds. Was it the weight that was the issue for me? No, it was that I wasn't able to do the things that I wanted to do. At that point in my life, I was also a never nude. Have you ever heard of a never nude?
No, what's that?
So a never nude is someone who is so self-conscious of their body that they cover up literally from their neck to their wrists to their ankles always.
Okay. Right.
And I was covered all of the time. And in fact, John, my first husband, and I went to China in 2000, August of 2000. It was 43 degrees in Tiananmen Square. They were selling bottles of frozen water, and it was melting within minutes. And I was covered from head to toe because I was a never nude, and I would rather sweat than expose my skin.
Right. Wow.
So, I understand that experience of feeling so uncomfortable in your own skin and feeling that level of shame. And I just never want women to experience that ever, ever, ever.
No. Beauty comes in all different shapes and sizes, right? So whatever you got is perfect. Like, you might be able to make it a little bit better, yes, and you might be able to learn something and make you a better person tomorrow, but what you got right now is perfect, just the way it is.
Perfectly imperfect. Nobody needs fucking perfection, because perfection exists only for a moment anyway. So fuck it. Live life and let it be imperfect, right?
Hallelujah. All right.
Oh my God.
What else do we need to cover before I run out of battery here?
You know what, Alan? I just am excited to be able to hang out with you. Thank you for having me. It's so fun to be able to chat with you.
Well, you know what I believe. Can I just interject one thing? And I think you and I are on the same page here. I think we believe we are spiritual beings having this human experience, and really we planned this in advance. We planned this whole life. We planned to come through the parents we have. We planned every experience that we're having. And this, Tanya, this is one that we planned, that we had to be together to have this chat, right? And so whatever happens in life, it's a learning experience. It's, what am I to learn from this, right? And if you can look at it that way, whatever happens is, what can I learn from this? Life gets way easier in a big hurry, right?
It really does. It does. And it's hard, but it's hard. Like the
Oh, yeah.
truth is, when shit is going sideways and what the fucks are happening, being able to step back and say, what can I learn from this is pretty difficult. First, you got to be able to step into, what am I feeling right now? And
Yes.
actually own what your own experience is. And that's a big piece of what I do, is helping people connect with their truth so that they can move forward out of it.
Beautiful.
You know, I want to say, Alan, you know, you were talking about us having human experiences, and one of the quotes that I heard that was so beautiful is that it's important for us to remember that we are souls in a human body, not a human body with a soul.
Yeah. I love that.
Right?
I love that. And if you think about it that way, so we get to use this suit, this body for this lifetime.
I call it the meat suit.
The meat suit. Okay. Yes. And I think there's two different ways we can regard it. We could say, all right, we're going to have to take care of this meat suit, and with resent, we're going to feed it nice, and we're going to exercise, blah, 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 that kind of thing. Or, hey, I love this body that I get to use while I'm here. I love this body. I want to take care of it so it functions at its best. I want to feed it well. I want to get enough rest. I want to manage my stress. I want to make sure that I appreciate and value. So I'm doing the things for my body because I love my body, I love my life. And it's not out of fear, it's out of love that I want the best.
You know what? If we could eliminate 3 words from our vocabulary, if we could eliminate don't, not, and no, our experience of ourselves would be completely different. Instead of focusing on what we don't want, instead of focusing on what not to do, if we focused in the other direction,
yes,
it would completely transform the way that we experience our own lives. It's incredible, really.
Yes. Yeah, I agree. It would be just like we could wake up and mash that joy button and get going on the day. Every day is just like that. Hallelujah. Wouldn't that be nice?
Mash the joy button. Mash the damn joy button. Alan, this was wonderful. If any of our listeners want to find me on any of the socials, I am perfectlyimperfect.wtf.
She is a gem. You should check her out. Tanya, she won't help me. I'm the wrong gender. But if you are of the right gender, Tanya will help you. So I think she'll give me a freebie once in a while and say, oh, wait a minute, buddy. So
you know what, Alan? I do work with a few men, but most of my clients are women. It's true.
I understand.
It's true.
It is.
Thank you so much, my friend.
Thank you, sister. You're amazing. I appreciate you. I encourage people to come and check you out and have a chat with you.
Thank you so, so much. Mwah. To all of our listeners, please take gentle care of yourself.